Atlas, Cryware, Base Escape, who did the soundtrack, and Vanillaware, who made the game. Welcome to 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I am Hamburger Chariot, and I am here with my best friend, Mirth Mouser.
Hello, hello. Happy to be here.
Oh, you cut out a bit there.
Oh no, is Discord messing up again?
Probably. This is definitely the first time we have tried to record this. We promise. There are definitely not hours of extra recording footage that have been scrapped.
Definitely not. OBS has been working perfectly.
So, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is the best game ever made. I think that's pretty solidly just correct. Like, this is a one-of-a-kind experience that no other game has ever or will ever be able to recreate. It's absolutely masterful at its storytelling, the gameplay is extremely fun, the visuals are stunning. And this is not our first time playing this game. So, this is going to be a very spoilery commentary. If you have not played the game, this playthrough is not for you. Please do not watch us. Please go out, buy the game, play it. It's really good.
Do not rob yourself of the experience with a spoiler playthrough. Please go into this game as blind as possible. That is the way to experience 13 Sentinels. Just when you have no idea what you are getting yourself into, and the game just blowing your mind as it goes along. Do not rob yourself of that.
So before I click play, because let's be real, we're going to want to review all of this as we talk about it. Do you have, like, voice actor pages up? Because I can't
all
really...
the voice actor pages up.
Cool. Do you have, like, a soundtrack playlist up or something? Because I know you're not... I know you're not as hyper-fixated on video game music as I am. You lean a little more into voice actors than I do. But goddamn, this game is some pretty fucking good music, especially in the battle sections.
Phenomenal music. We'll get into it when we get into it. I want to gush about the music as we hear the tracks, but
yeah, definitely. Let's hit new game. Please select a language. English. I'm not a weeb.
Yeah, of course we're playing English. I want to gush about the
to bring you an important emergency broadcast. A large unidentified object has crash-landed in the city.
As you may be able to tell, this is in 4K resolution, so this is definitely a very legal copy of this game. I've bought the game like 3 times now. Fuck it.
4 times between the both of us.
Yep.
Eventually 5. I will get us to a copy.
Lanes are currently out of service. Roads are expected to face heavy congestion. Proceed with caution.
Casually lifts her skirt. And then it's a giant ball of lightning. Get in the robot, Shinji. Get in the Evangelion.
And this game's so pretty. It's so pretty!
One of the good things about playing in 4K is it helps you distinguish the 3D models from the 2D drawings a bit more. And it really makes them just look so good.
It's
how
really
the art style
happening.
manages to be so consistent.
Just as you said. A kaiju
That
attacked,
shot, though?
like in that movie. So we'll do what we have to do. Get in the robots and fight. Our fate was sealed a long time ago.
Could gush about how good this game looks like for hours.
Okay.
Man, the lighting on that sunset just...
Turn off quick. Making sure the settings are all good before we start. Because we don't want it on auto advance if we want to gush about voice acting.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are certain lines we'll want to linger on. I'll say that right now.
May 27, 4:30 PM.
Am I inside the robot?
So, coming from the perspective of a first-time player, This first battle is a fucking fever trip because of how much they throw at you. Like, oh, it's an apocalypse, we're just starting at the end? Why is there a girl that lifted her skirt and summoned a robot? Why is she now naked inside the robot? What is this cityscape? What's this music and why is it so good?
Like, why is their fate sealed? Why are they talking about as though this was an inevitability? That they were always going to arrive to this point? So many questions, so much doom and gloom set up right from the bat.
Do you have like noise suppression on or something? You might want to check that. Or just make sure you're talking more directly into the microphone.
What the? Where did my
Soft.
clothes go?
We are good.
Warning. Dymo signatures
You're just
approaching.
clipping every once in a while.
Enemy in range. Was that my voice? It's like hearing myself talking in my head.
I really love the way that the system voices for each of the Sentinels manage to sound distinctly robotic, artificial, but they still also sound like the characters in this game. It's a really nice middle ground that I think they do a really good job of. Because, like, for example, I'll use that example later, actually.
Preparing to intercept.
We haven't met that
Initiating
character
tactical
yet, and we're
analysis.
trying to avoid tangents.
We are trying to avoid tangents, but I guess I can briefly say that the voice actor for Iori here voices several characters in this game, all of which that sound very distinct from one another. So it is equally impressive that, yeah, not only that she can voice a artificial sounding version of this specific version of the character, and they sound like the same character.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking nuts, hey?
It's coming this way! Oh, how do I move this thing?
Fuyasaka-kun, can you hear me?
So, I love how the music is adaptive in this game. You'll notice just as Renya came onto the screen, the music suddenly shifted. All of the battle tracks in this game have 4 phases. There's before the fight starts, the first half of the battle, the second half of the battle, and the victory. And it's all really cool, because you can use the music as a way to gauge how far into the battle you are. And it's just really fucking good music, and adaptive music is just always a win. Like, let's be real here.
It is. It's extremely immersive when you have music that can change with the both the atmosphere and rhythm of what's happening, and that it's basically its own storytelling device.
One thing that does confuse me slightly is that Renya Goto uses the honorific of Kun, or like female characters in this game, which, granted, my Japanese is not great, but I was under the impression that Kun was exclusively used for men. But I guess not.
Yeah, it's not exclusively used for men. It's specifically used to refer to someone typically younger or in a kind of lesser, is like power position, so to speak. Kun can technically be used either or, although it's a bit more male-leaning. Shun is more female-leading, but it's also used more endearingly. So if you want to kind of more professionally refer to somebody under you, use Kun.
And San is like the general purpose, equal rank.
Yeah, typically somebody, yeah, equal to you or older. So for example, she would probably say Goto-san instead of Goto-kun.
Goto-senpai? What are you...
Senpai, that works too.
Why are you in Sekigahara's Sentinel?
So we're already throwing out, who is this third character we haven't met yet?
Senpai, are you like Akun too? Did you come from the future?
Akun, we can maybe assume that's Sekigahara at this point. Did you come from the future? So we're already establishing time
We
travel.
can discuss that later. Do you understand the situation we're in? That area is under attack by D-forces.
What the fuck are the
I came here
D-forces?
to fight, but I don't know how to control any of this. And This robot's not making a peep.
No time for a full rundown. We'll have to settle for the fundamentals.
I really love Renya's voice. It's very fitting for his character. I can't really imagine Renya sounding like anything else. He's really got this somewhat exasperated, sardonic voice that still shows superiority and expertise, and it's really well done.
Ren is voiced by Ben Lep.
Yeah, you're cutting out a fair bit. Restart that, sorry.
Oh. Renya Goto is voiced by the very talented Ben Lepley, who some people may recognize as Dedue from Fire Emblem Three Houses. And yeah, you nailed it right there. He has this excellent way of both struggling to kind of, I guess you could say, relate and be on the same level with the people around him, yet unflinchingly sound like he's confident, knows what he's talking about, and doesn't really come off as unfeeling or inhuman either. Just kind of on a whole different level. And you can immediately tell the character he is just by his voice, just by the first few words you hear from him.
Also, completely random tangent that I promise is not going to take long. If you look at Renya's sprite here, he's got a fucking outline box around his head and his armpit. So I'm choosing to headcanon that Renya has an armpit fetish now. You're welcome, 13 Sentinels fandom. I am Hemborg Chariot, I am the horny one. Expect a lot of dumb shit from me.
Sentinels are made to be controlled with your mind.
To love it.
Think of it as another body connected to your brain.
Yeah, Goto has an armpit fetish, it's canon
Try
now.
to direct it. You can do it.
Like this. Whoa, it moved! But now my head feels weird. It's like scratchy or something.
That's the link
To
system
comment
of
on
the
the-
machines inside your brain.
Sorry, continue?
Yeah, to comment on the dialogue here, they're throwing out a lot of signature terms for this game right off the bat to familiarize you with these things right away. Things you are going to question and not know what they mean. Nanomachines, D-forces, Sentinels, it's like future, all this stuff that is completely unfamiliar to a new player, and it's complemented well by Fuyusaka not knowing what any of this is either. So you both are being introduced to these concepts naturally by somebody who knows all of them like the back of his hand, with someone who is unfamiliar with them all, and as she learns them, you, the audience, learn them. And it makes for a natural back and forth.
It's a very simple but very smart writing choice to introduce a character who is either unaware of what's going on or just doesn't pay a lot of attention, so they need to have it explained to them. The only problem with this is unfortunately that she probably should know a little bit more than she does considering the story, but we can forgive that.
We'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, she does a great job at introducing these concepts, just because Renya says this is a Sentinel. She says this is a robot. She says, oh, those are the enemies, the kaijus ahead. He's like, no, those are the D-forces. She's giving normal rationalizations of these concepts, and he's applying the actual in-game name to them. And that's how the audience learns what they are.
Let's continue.
You'll also have a direct feed of information from the Sentinel's sensors. It should sound like your own voice is speaking directly to you. For now, you'll just have to get used to it as you fight. Can you move?
Yes, I can walk, Senpai.
They're coming closer.
I keep getting these pop-ups in the way when I try to look around.
That's your equipment interface. Use that to neutralize the D-forces in front of you.
I don't know if I'm doing this right, but how's this?
Press buttons, idiot. Battle start.
We can do this, right?
So one thing that's interesting is a couple of the fonts have changed slightly on the Switch version versus the PS4. Specifically with the numbers next to HP and EP. That's not quite what they look like on PS4. And it's a bit of a strange but interesting decision to do. Let's zoom out. The destruction segments look fucking great in 4K, just quietly. Not all of the game gets upscaled via this very legal way of playing this game. Like a lot of the 2D sprites and stuff tend to not get touched, but like 3D models will get touched up.
It still helps the 2D elements really pop out, though.
Yeah. And the 3D as well, both of them get to pop out in their own ways. Arm-mounted machine cannons. Oh right, these are the really shit bullet sprays you stop using like as soon as you can.
Are we getting there?
I mean, if you're in a pinch and you run out of VP,
Yeah,
do
but
what
like
you can.
even then, just use a heal team AP skill.
Slow down.
I keep
Different
forgetting
combat
that's a thing,
situations
honestly.
might call for different weapons. If they're all concentrated in one area, you could use a wide impact armament, like the rocket launchers.
What? What? Okay. Rocket launchers? Where's the rocket launcher button?
I love the delivery of that line where it's like, ugh, where's the rocket launcher button? Like she's exasperated with having to learn so much so quickly. It's really nice. I don't know, it just sticks out to me. Who was Iori's voice actress again?
The actress for Iori is Allegra Clark.
Allegra Clark.
Yep. She voices several characters in this game, actually, as I mentioned earlier, which we'll get into as they show up.
Isn't it like 6 of them?
Check your
1,
display.
2,
The rig
3,
is on your
4,
shoulders.
5. Yeah,
Focus on that.
around 6-ish. Some of those versions are pretty similar to each other, granted, but
My shoulders. Is this how I do it?
Press the button, idiot.
Calm.
I'll get into it as those characters get introduced. But the fact that she can voice so many different characters that are all technically the same version of this character, or
I can do it.
you know, different versions of this character, as I should say, is impressive.
Fuyusaka-kun, can you evacuate?
One thing I'm not a huge fan of is the, like, weapon descriptions can leave a lot to be desired. They can be pretty vague at times with
A
how
massive
useful
kaiju
they
is
actually are.
approaching from behind.
What? Where?
Fuyusaka-kun. Number 15's taken damage to the rear exhaust system.
Oh my god. It's the other boy, and it's Sentinel number 13 in a game called 13 Sentinels.
The poster boy of 13 Sentinels.
One thing that initially confused me when I first started was, there's 13 Sentinels, but there's more than 13, because Fuyusaka's in number 15. So like,
Yeah.
why is it called 13?
I asked the same thing when I noticed some Sentinels were in the 20s.
Yeah, and they skip a couple. Like, they skip number 18 for plot reasons. They skip the first 9 for other plot reasons.
I mean, there's reasons for it, later generations and all that, and yeah, some Sentinels get destroyed, some come back, some get passed on. Like, there's reasons for this, erratic numbers, but still.
This song, is this Lucine or Valine? I can't remember. It's
Let
really
me
good.
double check. I'll check in a minute. He's like, ads are being a pain.
Yeah.
There we go.
But who is it? This is Sentinel number 13. Moving to cover Fuyusaka-san. Karabe, what are you doing here? I can't let this turn out like Sector 3.
Already throwing out Sector 3. What does that mean?
way his memory could have returned.
Izumi? Memory?
I remember doing this in my dreams.
I remember doing this in my
I think I
dreams.
can do this. Wait until we call for backup, Izumi. My name is Juro Kurabe.
And the emphasis on my name is Juro Kurabe. Great line delivery there.
It really is. It's
Can't mess this up.
like, it sounds important when you're hearing it for the first time, but it also sounds good enough that if you place it at the end, it has all the impact necessary. It both works as having no context for what it is, but knowing it's important and getting the satisfaction of that context.
But how? Did we do it?
Yes, we did do it. We beat Wave 0-1. And that means this is going to be where we end our first video of the day. We're doing these in batches, because that's the time we have to conveniently record. Yeah, we're going to be doing one battle or one, section of story per video, plus commentary, to try and keep each individual video short. Because I'm recording these in 4K, and holy fuck, 4K takes ages to upload and process.
Big get a lot of them.
So, was it Valine or Lucine?
It is Valine. Lucine is the
Valine.
next one.
Yep, okay.
Me?
And now
Jiro
we get-
Kurabe's story is now available.
We will get into the first prologue story section on the next one.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in about 10 seconds when you click on the next video.